Okay, so last couple of days, people come in the chat. Okay, is it too late to change mains? And people will come in the chat at various levels. They're like level 20. They just hit level 50. They're like 460 or something. They're like 580. They're in T2. None of it matters. None of it matters. Okay, none of it matters. But first, I want to talk about people who are sub level 20. Okay, if you're sub level 20, get to level 30. Get to level 30. Try Trixion. Try Endgame builds. And I want to show you how to do that right now. So now that we're in Trixion, let me just show you how Trixion works, okay? You have your stat points here. You have 2,400 stat points to select from, okay? So in my case, I'm going to emulate my Korean server Gun Lancer. I think this is stats, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to emulate my Gun Lancer. So this website is called Loawa.com. So if you go to Loawa.com and you hit, so this is the homepage here, and you go right click and then go translate this page to English. And go ranking. And we're going to look at gun lancers, okay? Gun lancers specifically because that's just my main, so we'll talk about that. Warlord, okay. Warlord is called gun lancer, by the way. So there's a bunch of endgame builds here. So I recommend just like open 10, 20 tabs. Not even kidding. Just open like 10, 20 tabs. We're going to look at Lonely Knight Warlords today. Lonely Knight Warlords. So they got a bunch of... So I've just opened like 10 random tabs. And look at a couple of things. We're going to look at like... First, look at their engravings. Look at their stat distribution. So this guy's an agility warlord, quite interesting. I'm actually a crit warlord, but look at their set bonus. This won't apply until later. But look at the skills. Like look what the runes they're using, and look at the tripods that they're using as well. Okay, so that's important. But we'll forget all this. We're gonna emulate myself. We're gonna emulate myself on the Korean server. So I got 1,500 crit. Wait, I should translate this. So this is my gun lancer. This is my gun lancer on the Korean server. He's a red gun lancer. I got some crit here, I got some swiftness, and these are my engravings. So let's emulate this. So I got about 1550, and I remember my things. Grudge, Supercharge, and then I got Master Brawler and Kirstol, if I can find it. Okay. So that's the first step. So you apply your stats and your engravings like this, and if you check here, I've got all these engravings applied. So just a reminder, this is to like sort of get a feel for how the class actually plays at endgame in Legion raids. And you can try any skill you want, any skill. I'm going to set up my build again. So with these skills, I'm going to emulate my red gun lancer. And it should give you an idea of how it plays. Remember to refer to the skill sheet that you're looking at. So I think I got all the right ones. So like I said, I recommend opening like 10, 20 tabs, seeing all the different builds people are using. Also, you can use max roll. So you can use I can vouch for Rate here, awesome dude. Followed his builds when I first started playing a year and a half ago. And there it is. So this is a really high skill point build, but if you just want to preview what it feels like at endgame, and have it play, just have it play. Try it both builds, try both engravings, try it the other one as well. So you'll have 2 class engravings, try it both builds, and see how it really plays. And you can get an idea of how the class plays. Anyway, this is for people that, you know, they got stuck at level 20 and they're like, oh, is it too late to change mains? I'm not sure I like to play this class. Get to level 30. Get to level 30. Get to Trixion. And talk to Beatrice. And see if you like this build. And this is a red gun lancer. And keep in mind, there are a few things you can't simulate. You can't simulate gems, so you won't have cooldown gems. You won't have cooldown damage gems. You can't simulate cards. Cards are essential. They give like things like crit chance or damage and other things like that. You can't simulate set bonuses, so you won't have key set bonuses that make those endgame builds work, but it does. Also, you can't simulate tripods, so you can't simulate tripods and set bonuses, and all those things combined do make the builds work a bit more tighter and a bit more better, so keep that in mind. So yeah, remember to use this website, Loawa or Maxroll. Those 2 sites both have really good builds right now. So those are the level 20 people, the people that didn't make level 30. So the people, everyone else, you guys, 50, 460, 40, 22, it doesn't matter. Even then, getting like 1340 is like the baseline in-game goal right now. It's a minimal investment. Most people should hit this like very soon, before March or just after. It's okay to push your ult 1340. Good gold farmer, mat farmer. You'll be farming your weekly abyss dungeons. You know, weekly abyss dungeons for gold. T3 mats you can funnel into your new main. Also consider that maybe 1 to 2 months from now, or even like 2-3 months from now, when a new class releases, we might get a 1802 or 1302 boost. So that's when like you can boost your main, your desired main. Remember that Trixion exists. Remember that Loawa exists. You can look at these rankings. We've got all these rankings for every single class. Check out all the endgame builds that the Korean server players are using. You got Max Roll, you got a bunch of build guides here. Just try them all out in Trixion, see if you like them. And yeah, don't think I have anything else to say there. Just keep in mind, like, it's only been less than a week. You got a lot of time to pick out your main. I would say when Volton comes out, when the first Legion raid comes out, Volton, 14-15, maybe start considering a main. Gets more expensive. In the push to 14-15, when you start to get more accessories, start considering a main at this point. But don't forget, we also have, in the future, 1430 is Vicus, 1445 is Hard Volton, 1460 is Hard Vicus. It goes up and up and up and up. 1475 is Kakul Sadon, Belshazzar. So look, you got a lot of future content, boys. Don't be too worried about your main. None of this doesn't matter. None of this really matters right now. We're chilling. We're chilling. Okay? Even if you're like heavy into tier 2, it's not a big deal. Do we lose anything at all if we hit 50 and decide to swap main? Not really. Think of it this way. Even if you swap mains, that character can still earn you gold. Can still earn you gold and materials. And you can funnel it into a new main. So yeah, hope to helps, boys. I actually want to play every class at least once. Anyone to sit besides boosting every class? No. That's the only way. The most efficient way I can think of is you make 5 accounts, you level 550s, and then you use your two power passes, and they'll give you all 15 classes, or 15 launch classes. That's probably like the most efficient way, unless I'm Pepego. Because then you could try them all in Trixion with a full endgame set. Wait, that would take 50 hours basically. So if you kept deleting characters, or actually you could hit 2 birds with one stone. So on your main account, if you really wanted to do this, this is what you can do. And it's actually useful. So what you can do is you level 15 characters. You level them all to level 30. You go to Trixion, try it out, try some endgame builds. But in the process, you still get the Solace card. So just farm a little extra longer, finish the Demon Siege, and you get the Solace card. And you need the Solace card for this. So it could be useful. You'll not only get to try every class, but you'll farm a bunch of these ones. And you need it for this crit set. So you could do that on your main account if you wanted to. That would take 15 hours, I guess, of just constant leveling, if you want to do that. But you're going to do the same section over and over and over again. It's a bit unfortunate that you can't test out the full Trixion at the start, but yeah, that's the only way I can. No, 15 hours for everything, so it's 3 hours per one character. But it's not entirely useless because you do get that card, the Solace card, and that card is very important for the crit set. So I guess it's not a big waste. Not only do you get to try it out, you get that card. And that's what people actually do actually. People actually do that. They make a character, they get to the Solace part, they get the card and they delete it. But they usually do it like a fast leveling class, not every class like you're about to do.